Hey everyone, welcome in. This is Andy, the Crow Stitcher, here on YouTube and also over on Instagram and Twitch. This is Flosstube 24 and it is Monday, December 2nd, 2024. So I know I did a Flosstube not too long ago. I don't even think it's been a week. But this is a very busy week for me. I have a 5 day show starting on Wednesday. So, excuse me, I just figured I would show what I've worked on in the past, I don't know, 5 or so days and get it up for you before the show starts on Wednesday. So, welcome in to new viewers and returning subscribers. I appreciate all of y'all. Um, Couple things. Um, Actually, it might just be one thing. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I was not going to do the Jingle Ball because of the show. So, for anyone who is newer and does not know, I have a small candle business where I make hand poured murder mystery themed candles. And so I have a show from Wednesday to Sunday. Um, it's 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday, and then Sunday is 10 to 5, and then we have to pack up and load out. So the Jingle Ball is also this weekend, and I wasn't going to do the Jingle Ball because of the show. However, I did just buy a ticket. So anyone who's going to the Jingle Ball, I hope to I will be there in some capacity, let's put it that way. So I did this show last year. I've explained this in detail before, but I'll just go over it briefly right now. I did the show last year. I did my research. It's supposed to be people I talked to, research I did. Basically, you could easily make thousands of dollars over the show. And last year it was only 4 days. So I signed up last year, and I also signed up for this year at the same time because I got a discount. The show last year was absolutely terrible. I did not even make my booth fee back. Um, no one in my row or the next row made their booth spaces back either. So it was slow. It was not a good show at all. It was very slow. There were lots of times where we were all just sitting there literally doing nothing. Um, this year, I'm hoping that it'll be better. Um, but the way the year is going from other, that's Cena. She's playing with her pirate sword at the moment. The way that the year is going so far, I'm not it's probably not going to be better. I'm hoping it is for everyone. But I am planning also for it to not be. So I'm taking my laptop, I'm taking stitching, and I figure, you know what? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I can get in a room. I didn't sign up for any classes. I just got a ticket. And I thought, I'm taking my laptop anyway. There is internet for the vendors. I can just, have while I'm stitching or just have the video on, no sound, no mic or anything, but I can type in chat and I'll have the video on. And if I need to stand up and, handle some customers, I can, and you'll just see a chair. So, I'm excited. I wasn't going to, and then I thought, you know what? No, let's fucking do it. So I'm doing it. So if you are going to the Jingle Ball, put in the comment below, and hopefully we'll see each other at some point. Like I said, I'm not gonna have a mic on, but I will have video, and I'll type in chat, so we can wave. Okay, so that's that business. All right. First up, I got a finish. This is Got the Morbs by Modern Folk Embroidery. I dyed this myself. It was stitched on a 28 count even weave 2/2 that I dyed myself. And I used Witchy Night by Cottage Garden Threads for the floss. There we go. Finally decided to focus. And I got a finish. And this was a legacy finish. Woo! So for anyone who is newer, I have labeled some pieces as legacy pieces, meaning that I do want to finish them before I kick the bucket. Because I'm very much a process stitcher. I enjoy just the process of stitching and going through the different whips, different kinds of whips, etc. But there are certain things that I do want to finish to leave behind. And so I want to do 50 legacy finishes by the time I'm 50. I'm currently 42. So that gives me, and March is my birthday. So I currently have 6. Got the Morbs was number 6 that I finished in November. So I'm just marking the month and the year, because obviously it's going to be many years. And then I'm keeping track of fully finishes. So far I only have 2 fully finished, but the main goal is to just get 50 finished. So I did update that board. And I'll hold it up one more time. I love this so much. It is a bit more purple. It's not really showing this how it kind of shows it when you first pick it up, and then it doesn't. But anyway, there was some fudging that needed to go on down here. I'm pointing out my mistakes because you know what? I don't give a shit. So over here, there should have only been one space between this and this, but I did 2 spaces. And I realized it when I came over to this side. And so I wasn't going to frog all that. There's no way I was going to frog all that. It's just for me. So I then left out the center diagonal in here, and it worked out. So it's a little wonky, but you know what? From back here, and unless I pointed it out to you or you stared at it for a while, you wouldn't have noticed. So it is what it is, and I think it's gorgeous, and it's going to go in our foyer when I get it framed. So, ma'am, stop tearing that apart. Don't look at me like that. Okay. Then we're just going to go through. I don't have that many whips. The first one I'm going to share, though, is something that I kept telling you. I was working on it a while, like for a few weeks now, a few Flosstubes now, while I was making candles and waiting for the wax to reach appropriate temperatures. And kept forgetting to bring it up from my studio every time I filmed. So I finally did bring it up. This is Pumpkin Dragon by Stanley Morrison, charted by Pain Free Crafts. And I have, excuse me, I have 11,771 stitches out of 125,600, and I'm at 9.37%. So I got about 2% done on this while making candles, and this is what it will look like. And he's adorable, and I loves him so much. He's so cute. Okay. And this was a kit, because I am in the pain-free club. So this was one of the kits I got. It's 1/1 on 25 count. And this is where I am. Now, because I have worked on this for a while, but since I've shown it, I did start converting it to diagonals. So I kind of have done all of this, filled in some confetti in the moon that was left over, and then did the diagonals up here, and then have now started on this diagonal. And we got a little bit of a bat wing coming in. So, not really that close to a dragon yet, but you know, we're getting there. And look how amazing this looks from back here. Look at the stars. It's so pretty. And that moon is gonna look stunning. I can't wait. So I've done a lot, like I said, about 2% on this. So, and all just while making candles. So I finally remembered to bring that up and show you. Yay! And most of that was done not this week. I think I did a couple hundred stitches on it this week since my last Flosstube, but most of it was done previous Flosstubes. Okay, this next one is Nocturnal Messenger, and I did this for my friend Crafty Dynamite's monthly Sal. Her birthday was November, and her theme was Celestial. So this is Nocturnal Messenger by Luthien Art. I was a new start for the Sal, and it's 4,000. I have 4,672 stitches out of 30,000, and I'm at 15.7%. And this is what he will look like if I can get the picture. Rotate, thank you. So I'm not doing a diagonal in this. I'm doing just top down the whole width and filling in as I go. And so I worked on filling in the rest of the moon. It kind of looks like a sun, but since the title is Nocturnal Messenger, I'm gonna assume it's a moon. So I basically filled in like all of this and then started coming down the sides. The blue teal for the raven and the beacon and some of its head was already done, and I filled in a little bit over here and then like all of that. So this was 712, and I did get a 0 on that, so I have finished a color. I think there's 2 colors I've finished on this so far, actually. But I was able to finish the 712 this past last week when I worked on it. And I'm doing this 2/1 on a 17 count gray Ada. It was supposed to be 16. Or sorry, I lied. It's supposed to be 18, but I measured it and it came out to be about 17. So I'm excited now to get more into the raven. It's gonna be fun. Okay. This was a clue piece. So I pulled Mrs. Peacock with the revolver in Eliandonin Castle. And I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but that's the best I can come up with. It's a castle in Scotland. I'll tell you about it more in a minute. So, okay. For anyone who's new, I have a game of Clue that I play, a Stitchy Clue. So I have 3 envelopes. There's 6 cards in each envelope. One for people, so Mrs. Peacock, Mr. Green, etc. from the standard Clue game movie that we all know and love. 6 rooms, which are whips. and then 6 weapons. So revolver, rope, etc. And then I have stitch counts assigned to the people and the weapons. So Dar has pulled a murderer, a room, and a weapon, and has not told me what they are. And they all the envelopes go back in. Excuse me. All the cards go back into envelopes, and then I keep pulling until I solve the murder. So I pull, each time I play, I pull a person, a room, and a weapon. And he either tells me that nothing's right, or he can only, if something's right, he has to tell me that, let's say it was the revolver. He has to tell me the revolver is right. If 2 things are right, so let's say the room and the person were right, he can only tell me one thing. So he picks one to tell me, let's say he tells me the person, and then the other 2 cards go back in the envelopes to draw again. And we keep going until I solve the murder. And so what happens was, when I pull the cards, I add the stitch counts for the person and the weapon together, and I stitch that on the room. So I pulled Mrs. Peacock with the revolver in Eliandonin Castle, which was a total of 300 stitches, and the revolver was correct. And this is a piece I charted myself. Excuse me. I licensed the image from Shutterstock. And it is, like I said, it's a castle in Scotland, so I'm probably pronouncing it very terribly. If anyone knows how to pronounce that, like for reals, feel free to share. And I have a total of 1,406 stitches done out of 212,800, and I'm at 0.66%. And I had to do, like I said, I had to do 300 for the clue. Pull, and this is what it looks like. So from last time, if you saw it before, I'm still in the sky. We're going to be in the sky for quite a while. Did a top left start. I am doing diagonals, and this is 1/1 on 28 count. So that's what it will look like. And this is where we are. So like I said, lots of background to show, lots of clouds. And my 300 stitches, I think I ended up doing like 324 because I finished the thread. We're just in on this diagonal, filling in here. So again, from back here, it looks amazing, even though it's just grays and sky and clouds. There's something just so gloomy and moody about that picture that I loved and had a chart. So okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know what? We're going to fold that one more time. I probably did have it in thirds, to be quite honest, and then didn't put it back in that way. Okay. Okay, this is Winter Wonderland. And I don't remember the artist on this. Let me look at my card. Artwork is by Philip Straub, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have a total of 5,332 stitches out of 220,000, and I'm at 2.42%. And this is what it will look like. And I am, oops, There we go. I'm doing this for the winter. That's not correct. I'm doing this for the December monthly themed Sal that our friend Masked Bandit is hosting. And it's Winter Friends is the theme. So it's anything with friendship, something that, a chart that you might have gotten from a friend, that you're stitching for a friend, that reminds you of a friend. Um, or just something like winter, like that is a winter friend to you, or you think is of as a winter friend. So this was perfect. I decided to do this because our little polar bears there are our winter friends. So I got this out today and started working on it for the month. This is 1/1 on 28 count full cross, and I am stitching it in the diagonal. And okay, so let me get my board. So what did I do? I finished this diagonal down here. There was a little confetti up here, and then kind of this little corner of the diagonal. And then I started coming up here, filled in this diagonal, started filling in this diagonal, and then working in some park threads. This I kind of fucked up here because I went over, I do diagonals of 20, so it should have ended there, but I went over another 10. It's fine. I'll figure it out. It's fine. It's no biggie. But I didn't even realize till I got and went to mark it off, and then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna put this away for the day. So that's what I did today on it. So you'll see this a bunch throughout the month because this is gonna be the piece that I use for Bandits uh, monthly sale, or our community style that Bandit is hosting this month. There we go. That's how I say that. So yeah, it's looking good. Okay. Okay, this one I'll have to insert a picture. This one I got a lot of work on. This is a lion's portrait. Artwork is by Lisa Parker, is charted by Hade. I am stitching it 1/1 full cross on 22 count, and I'm doing my own crop. So I took about a page off the top and a page and a half off of the bottom so that it's more just a focus on the dragon and the wolf. So with everything I have marked off for the crop, for my own crop plus my stitching, I have a total of 127,020 stitches marked off, which is 30.63%. And I worked on this a couple times. So I last time you saw it, I was working on this diagonal here, and I kind of had this bit to do. So I finished off this diagonal and then have done all of this on this diagonal. So that's where I am and what it looks like. Again, all background for the most part, except there is some dragon. I think this is the tip of its wing in here that I did before I started converting it to diagonals. But most of what you see there, obviously, is the background. Some mountain, sky, I think. I think it's mostly mountain. So, there we go. Love it. Okay. this takes me a little bit to get back in the bag. It's a cloth bag, and it like just kind of fits in there. It's one my mother-in-law made. I gave her a bunch of fabric that I had left over that I wasn't going to use anymore. And asked her to make some project bags for me. But it kind of sticks a bit. For some reason, this one, I have issues getting the whip back in. But that's my bag. It's like gnomes and mushrooms. It's cute. Okay, this one. This is White Queen. Artwork is by, I should know this, Chris Ortega. Right? Yes, Chris Ortega, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And again, I will have to put a picture up for you. Oh, this is down the bottom part. Pardon me whilst I scroll all the way down to the bottom. I went ham on this piece. I could not put it down. I have a total of 3,870 stitches out of 536,673, and I'm at 0.72%. And it lives in my Raven tote bag. I'm doing this 1/1 on 25 count, and y'all, this, look at the curtains. I just can't. I guess they're drapes technically because it's around the bed. I love this piece so much. I don't currently have it marked as a legacy whip, but that is going to change because I had a really hard time putting this down. I worked on it for a couple of days and got over 2,000, probably about 3,000 stitches in, honestly, because it was a new start. I'd only worked on it once when I picked it up. So kind of almost everything you see here I have done. The only thing I already had done was like the first diagonal and maybe like a little bit of this diagonal. So I've done basically everything that you see. And I shared it with so I watch Nicola, Simply a Stitcher, and she has a Facebook group now. Excuse me. And before she goes live on Wednesdays and Sundays, she posts a thread in her Facebook group, and you can share what you've been working on. It doesn't have to be cross stitch; it can be any kind of craft. People share quilts and dresses and all kinds of stuff. It's really neat. But I shared this on one of the threads before her live. One of them, I don't remember which one. And even since then, I've done like probably this, all of this, and then this diagonal. And I don't know what it is about this piece, but I absolutely love it. So that will likely stay out because I'm having a good time with that one. Okay. And then the last one I worked on was It's Halloween Night, artwork is by Eder Jose Rosa, and it is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And let me get it open here. Oh, I should have told you, my stats. I currently have 18,603, that's wrong, 18,636 stitches done out of 102,000, and I'm at 18.27%. And this is what it will look like. I want to finish this next year, so you'll probably be seeing this quite a bit. Doing it 1/1 on 25 count. Full cross. All of my, I've said it before, but for anyone who's new, everything I do is full cross unless it is charted as half stitch. So if I don't say what it is on a full coverage or anything, it's full cross. And this is where we are in total. So I'm still obviously working on converting it to diagonals. So a couple more this diagonal, and maybe 2 more. I'll have like most of this filled in. But anyway, still working on converting it to diagonals. So what I did since last time is finish this diagonal here. I had a bunch of this to do in here. And then I've done this whole bit of this diagonal. And again, like that moon with the clouds in front of that moon. Yes. Love it. So that, like I said, that's one that I want to get finished next year. So you will be seeing this a lot, whether you like it or not. Again, as a reminder, I don't give stats like numbers of stitches, etc. here on my YouTube. That is reserved for my Ko-fi members. And I have to put that up for November yet. Probably tomorrow I'll get that up. So if you are a Ko-fi member and you want to see how many stitches I did in November, it was a lot. It was a lot. Like, even for me, it was a lot. Check in the Ko-fi or in the Discord channel tomorrow. Okay, I do have some treasures. I haven't shared treasures here for a while, but I did put in an order with Pirate and Robin. So I have some that I want to show you. I honestly forgot to show them last time, so I'm going to show them this time. So the first one I want to show is called Fireball. And I got 3 skeins of it. And I got this for a piece for the Yule Goddess. Oh, I can show you. I'm not going to get my whip out because I forgot to bring it. I didn't think to bring it over. But I can show you what it will look like. It's by Tiny Modernist. And she did have like a floss pack for Yule Goddess with all the flosses. It's taking a bit. Excuse me. There we go. But I got the Fireball just for the main red in her dress. So that's what she'll look like. And I do have her started. I have the moon and the antlers and some of her hair done at the top. But that's what I got Fireball for. And that is just a beautiful red. Like, look at that. And I don't know if she has a website. I got it from Etsy, but I don't know if she has her own website. But it's Pirate and Robin. And there was a sale. I don't know if it's still going on, but there was a sale for like Black Friday and whatnot. Then I got 2 skeins of Wednesday. Because you know me, and okay, this isn't really showing. It's sort of like it's not pure black. It's kind of like a darker $37.99, but not quite black. And I love it. So I got 2 skeins of that. I got one of Ichabod. Uh, I do like the floss, otherwise I wouldn't have purchased it. But really, what what drew me to the floss was the name Ichabod, because I love Sleepy Hollow, and I Ichabod. Um, so I will find something to use it for because it is gorgeous. It's like a black and orange. Look at that. But it's called Ichabod. So I had to. I had to. And then I got a few skeins of cherry mint. There's more. You don't need to see all of them. They're all, you'll get the gist. I got enough to hopefully do a small or long dog. Maybe not a picadillo, but maybe like one of the smaller regular ones. It's a mint green, like a minty gray, green, and red. And it is just gorgeous, and it's so me. I have a thing for peppermint, and this is perfect. So I'm going to do a smaller long dog on that. Or with that. On what? I don't know. But that is... Love it. Love it. So those are my treasures. I am also going to film another 2025 plans video for realsies this time. I did do an unplanning plans video, and since then I have decided that it's just way too much for me. I tried doing it after I posted the video, like actually incorporating all those plans, and it was too much. I can't do all those little things. So, I've come up with something else for reals this time, and so I will do a video for that and get that up. I think my whip parade might have to be in the new year, in January, because of the shows that I have, and then we're away for 2 weeks. So I think my whip parade is going to be in January, which is fine. It's the whole season. Y'all will be. If you like whip parades, you like them. So it is what it is. You'll watch it whenever I put it up. It's all good. So, all right. Hopefully I will see you at the Jingle Ball at some point over the weekend if you're going. And if not, have a great week. And I will see you next time. Happy stitching.